Hello everyone, welcome back. We're going to continue with bill of quantity, reinforced concrete part. Now in the previous videos we did plain concrete. Now we start with the reinforced concrete. Now the reinforced concrete that we have it will be the columns, beams, slabs and staircase. We're going to do them, each of them, a video to explain how we have to do and what we have to look for when we're doing reinforced concrete of these elements. The first one we'll start is the columns. Excuse me. Now if you remember, we did the foundation also. We have reinforced concrete foundation. We have for the foundation as well. Now we're going to go for the foundation. Start with the foundation that we have it here is easy one, which is we have the mat foundation. The only thing is going to do is to calculate the whole area times the thickness of the foundation. Now the thickness of the foundation is 40 centimeter, so I need the area of the foundation. Now it's easy to calculate that, so I'll write first foundation. I only have one foundation. Now I already know the area of the foundation. Why? Because when we did the excavation, we did excavation for foundation. Yes, excavation for mud foundation. We have these areas. I'm just directly will bring the length and width here, and the only thing changed is the thickness, which is the thickness of the foundation. I have it here. You might not have a mat foundation, it doesn't matter, the same thing. The area that you used it for the excavation for the foundations will be the same thing that you're going to use them, except the thickness of the foundation. You might have a mat single foundation, combined footing, doesn't matter. You write them one by one, their dimension. I mean, there is nothing hard in calculating reinforced concrete for the foundation. Imagine it as what? You imagine that this is a block that you have it, something like this. The thickness, you're going to calculate the volume of this foundation. That's it. You have the length, the width, and the thickness, which we got them from here. The width here, the length from here, and the thickness, basically we're getting it from the section, which is here. So three things that you're looking for: the dimensions on the plan and the thickness from the section. That's the easiest way when we're calculating. No, it's the only way basically to calculate the foundations concrete, which is reinforced concrete. So we'll just simply bring the same equations here, which is their multiplication. Their multiplication will be 67.2 cubic meter. We have reinforced concrete for the foundation. Do you have any extra? We don't have any extra, any plus minus. We're living like this. Now I want to just continue with another part, which is for the concrete, for the columns as well. Now, after foundation, we calculate reinforced concrete for the columns. If you remember, this is 0, 0, the level, the top level of the foundation. If I go to the section, and if I provide this foundation right here, this is the location of the foundation we have it. Yes. Now, we have columns where? For the first 30 columns, the second story columns, and if you realize that there is a small gap between them, we said the columns will start from the top of the foundation till end. Yes, so we have also foundation between where a small area that we have the gap between the first and the ground floor's slab and the foundation. So we have to calculate these small columns. We have to put these small columns into the calculation. Then we have the columns for the first ground floor and the columns for the first floor. We'll come back to them later. Now let's calculate this small portion here for the columns. Small portion of the column. Between where? Between the slab and the foundation. Well, first we need to know the height of it. Let's just come back. If you remember, we did this calculation. Let's repeat it again here. This is the foundation. I have it here. the foundation. I have it here. This is the slab which we have at 10 centimeter by itself, 10 centimeter. So if this is 10, and we know that this is 0, 0 here, and this is plus 50, so you take 10, the distance between them, because we know that plus 50 means this is 50 centimeter, 50 centimeter, and this one will be 40 centimeter. So we have columns, short columns, 40 centimeter between the foundation and this slab. This slab. Remember, you have to cast till here, because you do the slab at 1, then you will start again. The reinforcement will come out. We'll talk about reinforcements later. Then the second column part will finish, start. We'll continue in the next video. So we know that the 40 centimeters short columns we have it. And we already know the columns. Yes, those are the columns we have them. Those are the columns we have them. Those are type of column we have them. Did we calculate the area of this column, or do I know them? Yes. When we calculate the blockades, we said that we're taking out the columns out of them. Yes, those are the columns I have them. Look at them. I have 25 by 68 of them, 120 by 25 2 of them, 150 25 1 of them, D40, which is the round columns, 2 of them. Well, do we have to put these 2 columns inside it? Those 40, we have to. It's just starting from the foundation. Yes, anything that starts on the foundation, that's seen on the foundation, it means that it also goes, because those are those columns, the round columns we have them. The round columns we have them. For the round columns, we calculated the slab also till out. We calculated the slab something like this. If you remember, there was an outside area. We calculated. So the same thing, I can calculate 40 centimeters here for those round as well. Now, if we didn't calculate this slab, if you calculate slab till here, if it is till here, then we'll check it now to see exactly. I don't know if the dimension is clear here. We will check to see if the slab is till here or not. In that case, for the round column, we use different way of doing it, because the round columns, they have different calculation, and we can do them separate. We will not mix them with the other columns. In that case, we have to know this one from where, from the plans, to see if there is. This is the first. Now look at the round columns. The round columns are within the areas that we calculated. If you remember, we calculated the area, so it's within the areas. So I'm just simply using them as 40, because we're not going to do the columns, because there is a slab there. There's a terrace here. We have an area which is the outside. We can realize where is this one? Outside. Somewhere here. We calculated the area of the slab within it, so we use the same thing, 40, for those columns as well. Well, since we have it, so I can take all the columns here, all the columns, except the thickness of them will not be 15, it will be 40. So those are the columns we have them, but we have only 40 centimeter of those columns from the foundation, top of the foundation till the bottom of the slab, 0.4. So those are small part of the columns we have them there, short columns. Sorry, this one, the area calculating this one is different, so I'm going to bring. We said that this is a calculation for the round squares. We use the area of the square, circle when we have it, area of the circle times the height, which is the 0.4. So those are still, we calculated what? The foundation and small short columns between the foundation and the ground floor's slab that we have it. Now in the next video, I'm gonna explain the columns because there are some detailing different when we reach to the first story and the second story columns. There are some information we need to know. We're gonna do that in another video. Thanks for listening.